Well, so Capello is staying on, but who holds the record as the shortest-serving permanent England manager? Well, the answer is Steve McClaren, who left the job almost 2 years ago following that Wembley washout against Croatia. Jonathan Pearce went to Holland this week to meet the man who is busy rebuilding a reputation.
Good evening and welcome to Wembley for England's European Championship qualifier against Croatia. It's been a little precarious at times, but this game was always going to count.
It was a strange night. I remember the weather, the conditions, the pitch. At 2-2, I thought we were going on to win the game. An unbelievable strike, and we were out. Shock and devastation after the game.
When you look back on lows in your career, would that have been the lowest moment?
Of course, it was. It could have been one of the biggest and ends up one of the lowest, and rightly so. I don't think a day goes by at some aspect of the experience with England doesn't come flashing back to mind and teaching me a lesson and making me move on. But huge disappointment, and I don't suppose, because I knew the enormity of the job. I knew what it means to the fans. I've been there at tournaments, been with them, and you know, I just felt, as one would, that you let down a nation because you didn't qualify. However, people say it was this, it was that, it was the other. The responsibility was mine and mine alone, and I had to take that. It wasn't pleasant, but an experience which I don't want to go through again, but one I think which is, it's not quite killed me, but I hope makes me stronger.
And how did you handle what happened afterwards? Because you went from being England coach to being public enemy number one, really, the Wally with the brolly, and you were taunted and vilified. Yeah,
it was a tough period. But I remember the next day, or the very next week, I could have worked again. I just wanted to get back on the bike. I just wanted to get back coaching and doing what I love doing. It was, you know, an opportunity which I wanted to take. I felt I could do. It didn't work out. I move on.
And you moved to Holland, which is interesting because Sir Bobby Robson, when he left the England job, he went to PSV, was very successful. Is this a sort of road to redemption for you?
It's not a journey for redemption. It's not to prove to anybody anything. It's really just what I do. And I think generally I've been quite successful at what I do. And you can't win all the time. You can't be saying sometimes failures come. And sometimes they're big failures, and this was a big failure. So I moved on, and I took an opportunity to coach in Europe. I think, going back to your point about Sir Bobby, he was a big influence for me. Even while I was England manager, I often talked to him, met with him. And even after, he always kept in touch. And when this opportunity came, he said, you just go on your own, just experience it, you'll love it. The people are great, the football's great, you learn so much. And I had no hesitation, and I thought, yeah, he did it for 2 years and was successful, so I'll try it. And we inherited a decent team. We improved it, and we had I would say, a terrific season, one of the most enjoyable that I've had in football. Not just working, but the players, the attitudes, the football that we played, and what we achieved, and what we could have achieved at the end of the season, nearly winning the cup final as well. It was a very, very satisfying season, and one which is a stepping stone to this.
And will we see you one day back in English football, do you think?
Who knows? And I'm enjoying this experience. And, you know, I think probably there is more to come. This is a good, ambitious club. How far we can go, I don't know. You meet the chairman, you think we will go on to win the Champions League. But you don't know in football, and what I've thought about is you cannot plan a career in football because you just do not know. You know, you roll with the blows and you take it. At the present moment, I'm enjoying my football and going on. And who knows where next, but I'm happy here for the time being.
He says he's learning his lessons. He's taken some big blows over the years for tactics, for elections, the brolly. Do you think he's rebuilt that reputation at all?
Yes, yeah, definitely. I think the problem for Steve McClaren with England was changing the formation against Croatia away, when defensively it was probably the strongest part of England's game anyway, and of course they got beat that day, and then also really not really coping with the Croatians on the night at Wembley. But the other thing for me there was, coming off the back of being the assistant or manager or coach, whatever you want, I think he got a bit too close to the players. I think it was all too nicey
the JTs and the lamps.
Exactly, all that kind of stuff. Whereas we've seen with Capello, it's whoa, I admire them all as players, but hey, it's not it's all about me, but I'm the manager and these are the rules. I mean, you can only do it the way that you see it. But yeah, everyone's delighted he's come back and done a good job over there.
You think anyone will take a chance on him in the Premier League, Lee?
I don't know. I think there's a chance. I think certainly what he's done was the right thing. He's sort of gone off the radar a little bit, built his reputation up, done a great job. He's a good coach. He's coaching the players, and he's built his reputation back up. So who knows? You never know in football.
I think someone in the Premier League will definitely take him.
Yeah. OK, we'll keep an eye on that one.